Akron officer gets paid to stay home, another one, after sexual harassment finding.
The incident that effectively ended Lieutenant Brian Simcox's 28-year career at the Akron Police Department happened at the visitation for a fallen officer. According to a notice of disciplinary charges, on July 5th at an Akron funeral home, Simcox was walking by a female officer and signaled like he was giving her a high five. Instead, he, quote, slapped her derriere.
Really? At a funeral? At a cop's funeral? Have you no decency? Of course not. He's a pick in every sense of the term. I mean, it's only getting worse. What are they telling these cops? Just sit home, lay low. We'll pay you. Wait it out. They won't even remember you. They'll forget. And fast forward 2 years, 3 years, 5 years down the line, and the public is still very pissed because apparently terrible cops tend to leave a very memorable skid mark on people's minds, especially those cops that are collecting taxpayer dollars when they should be fired. A veteran Akron Police Lieutenant accused of misconduct won't be fired. You know what I think it is? I think when you hit that sergeant, lieutenant, captain status and higher than that, you meet a lot of people in high places. You've done some favors, some good favors, some bad favors, but either way, you've gained a rapport with people who have a say-so in whether you keep your job or not. I think the proper term here is insulation. Instead, he'll be paid to stay home for more than a year. Records obtained by 3 News Investigates show Lieutenant Brian Simcox was placed on paid terminal leave after an investigation found that he sexually harassed a co-worker. The incident that effectively ended Simcox's nearly 30-year career, it didn't end it, they just put it on hold with pay at the Akron Police Department, happened at the visitation funeral for 30-year veteran detective Clay Cozart. The man's body isn't even cold yet, and you're fondling other officers around his casket, according to a notice of disciplinary charges on July 5th, 2025. Simcox was walking by a female officer who had at the time less than 2 years of experience in her role, and he knew that. With the Akron Police Department, Simcox signaled like he was giving her a high five. Who gives a high five at a funeral? Creepy. Instead, the report says that he slapped her derriere. Me personally, I'm surprised she didn't sock him one right on the spot, but I guess he was counting on her to have that level of decorum. And of course, he's a senior officer, so there's that. First off, don't touch anyone. All problems start with grab ass in the workplace and being overly touchy. Then what makes it equally disgusting is him being a lieutenant, knowing she's his subordinate and taking liberties with his position. And he's gross. That's like 3 L's. And it's Ohio, so that's like 4 L's. The notice says Simcox texted the female officer and apologized. It's too late now. What did you think? That she was going to like it? That she was going to smile? She was going to say, "Thank you, sir. May I have another?" You tricked her into raising her hand just so there was nothing in the way when you reached to grab her ass. That's incredibly disrespectful, which the city of Akron used as an admission of guilt. It also notes that another officer observed the incident. City officials determined that Simcox's actions were a form of sexual harassment. Damn right they were. Paperwork shows Simcox was placed on paid leave on August 6th, but on October 1st, Simcox and the city of Akron agreed to a settlement. Now, when you say city, that means the people that live within the city, the public. So who represented the city when this agreement was made? Who was in the room? I'm pretty sure there was a few people and they were all insiders. Nobody represented the people of Akron when this decision was made. The deal allows the lieutenant to remain on payroll through January 2027. Simcox's record ultimately will not reflect multiple instances that led to suspensions or losses of pay or benefits. How fortunate for him. 3 News reached out to Akron's largest police unit, the Fraternal Order of Police, the FOP, Lodge 7. It noted Simcox was not terminated and will leave the department in good standing. He should not.
But the funeral home incident is not his first issue. Records show Simcox was demoted and suspended by former police chief Ken Ball in 2018 after he was the subject of a criminal investigation. It was found that he looked through a suspect's phone before finding and sharing offensive photos of her. The city of Akron later settled with the woman for $60,000.
I'm curious, just how many women has he done this to in his 30-year career, either in the department or outside the department? And for the people who are co-signing this BS, who are sheltering him and trying to sweep this under the rug, are they on the same type of time as he is? Shout out to that lady officer that turned his ass in. I know they didn't make it easy for you. If you want to see a change in the behavior in law enforcement, it starts with the police policing their own, even when the public isn't watching. One review between October 21st, 2021 and September 30th, 2022 reads, administratively, that's filing papers. What about in the field when he can't keep his hands off anyone's ass long enough to grab a criminal? I couldn't have a better LT working for me. Tasks are completed at a near bewildering speed while avoiding errors and needed omissions. It's literally almost equivalent to feeding an assignment into a machine and it popping out on the other end near simultaneously. Throughout his career, Simcox often had perfect attendance. Yeah, he's grabbing all the ass in the police department. Why stay home? He did not take days off. There's no ass at home. Subsequently, during his terminal leave, he will be paid for 480 hours of comp time and 233 hours of sick leave, literally rewarding disgusting behavior. 3 News Investigates reached out to the city of Akron and the Akron Police Department to learn more about how the settlement with Simcox was agreed upon. I love to know that. And to ask how the female officer involved was treated after the 2025 harassment. I'm pretty sure they tried to rough her up or tried to do something to get her from filing that complaint. I just know they did. The city of Akron responded, "We feel the current agreement that was reached was in the best interest of the city of Akron." When you say city of Akron, the city of New York, the city of New Brunswick, it's the people in the city. So how was this good for the people of the city of Akron when the people most likely didn't have a say-so in any of this? The city takes all employee complaints very seriously and believes that the actions taken in this matter were appropriate, definitive, and final. If you liked them that much, you should have took him out to get a lap dance 2 or 3 times a month. Then he wouldn't be wearing his penis on his badge, chasing ladies' asses around the police department and at funerals.